Have you ever felt stuck in a cycle of debt? Like no matter how much you earn, your bank account is always negative? That was Joanna's reality until she learned how to break the scarcity mindset and completely transform her finances. She went from borrowing money from family and friends to saving thousands and paying off over $10,000 in debt. If you're ready to finally stop the paycheck to paycheck stress, watch this story. And then book your complimentary financial consultation using the link in the description below. Now, let's dive in.
I was feeling a little bit of imposter syndrome because I'm like, well, do I even have something to share, Because obviously, like my current goals right now, I'm not there yet, but I'm working towards them. But where I am right now is where I was praying and working hard 5 years ago. And it does make me proud and a little emotional to like, knowing that I'm not in the same place I was 1 year ago, 5 years ago. So yeah, definitely very proud and definitely happy to take the moment to share, those stories and the credit that it deserves too.
We're going to walk down memory lane today. It's going to be fun and dynamic, which is really exciting. And it's just a pleasure to be able to continue to have a relationship, right? Like over the course of years with you and to stay connected, even if it's like, how we can, though we live in two different, completely different places, but for you to know that there's someone in your corner and for me to be able to support you in that way, which is very exciting and kind of be true to like what I mentioned, which is like we're doing life together in the long run and we're going to keep seeing you hit these milestones and we're going to keep celebrating and winning and all this good stuff. And so I would love to kind of start with like, like what is it that you do now?
Mhm.
How do you serve? And, what was your biggest challenge before you decided to join our community?
Yeah. Well, again, my name is Joanna. Right now, job title wise, I'm a fraud investigator for a credit card company. Ironically enough, though, I have been in the financial industry for like 10 years with like my life insurance producer's license. So I've kind of always somewhat gravitated towards that space a little bit, but yeah, where I was before, I was doing like more like management, but trying to help like a startup business too at that time, around the time we met actually. And then I became in between jobs due to like life. Yeah, but right now that's kind of what I'm doing. And I recently moved. So I'm still in the same state, I'm still in Arizona, but I'm a homeowner now. And so yes, so I it's definitely something that I want to work on now in this next chapter of my life, like building a community in this area too. Not just online, but also like in person and where can I also continue to serve to others and just get to know people too.
I love it. So, what would you say, was your biggest challenge with money and building wealth before you joined our community, would you say?
Yeah. It's hard to pinpoint one because there's definitely a lot of stuff, even like in the personal development space. I had to really work hard on like coming from like a scarcity to a abundance mindset. Something that when I decided to like work with you, the biggest challenge I was facing was like, okay, I was ready to buckle down and like I need to get a hold on like my money blueprint and like how do I get out of debt? And the biggest challenge was like understanding my spending habits and finding like a balance that it's not just all or nothing because the all or nothing had gotten me into trouble before. And so I felt like it was just a cycle of like, okay. And one of like the biggest things that I learned, like my takeaways was you helped me realize that I was accounting for future money. Like I was spending with future money in my head as opposed to what I had right now. And so for me, that was like a complete game changer.
I love it. Yeah, just simple shifts can change your perspective so that you can change your behavior based on this new way of seeing things. And people are always asking like, how do I become more disciplined or how do I become more consistent, in budgeting or managing my money? And that's the tactical piece of things. We actually learn things in the opposite direction as far as like outcome, process, and identity. And when we shift our mindset, we're really changing our identity to some extent. Like, how do you relate to money? How do you understand it? Which makes what you do easier. You think less about trying to force yourself to do something different because you just are different. You just see things different.
Mhm.
And so I would love to hear a little bit more of like that transition, and it's a constant thing, right? Like transitioning from scarcity to abundance mindset. How has that been for you over the course of the past few years as you've been doing this work?
It's been very healing. It's been very healing, but every now and then I still catch myself when I kind of like default. If I'm like stressed or I'm just like tired, I'll default into that. And I'm like, I have to like slow down and catch myself. Like, okay, seeing am I feeling anxious or am I calm? I see the comparisons between that and also like, am I doing it through love or through fear? So when I think about like scarcity versus abundant mindset, like that's the way that like I related to those two as well. And as an example, if I am buying groceries and like okay, we're sticking to like a list and pre-plan like the meals. If there's something that's like something healthy for me that I know will be good for me and like my family, before I would have just been like, I don't know, it's a little too pricey. Maybe let's just opt for like a different kind of snack, which there's nothing wrong with that, of course. But I'm like, but because I have the money now, I deserve to have those things as well, to take care of my body as well, and to make sure I'm getting the nutrients that I need. And I think to myself, like, okay, if I'm spending my money, am I being intentional? And is it going to take me closer to my goal or farther away?